Deep River Blues, Part 2. I've already got a couple requests, which means you guys are amazing players. If you've already have the first half down and you're eager to learn the second half, let's do it. The verse is pretty much the same this second time around, except the endings are different and the A7 has one extra little color. So this is all the same. Extra little A7 embellishment. First, we're hammering on like we did before, 5 and 2. Thumbs alone then. Then I'm hitting the pinky down on the 3rd fret of that A7. Then when I pull off, I'm pulling to open, but it's that compound movement. Right when I pull off, I'm hitting the thumb on the 5th string again. Then 2nd string melody note, thumb alone on the 4th. One more note at the end of that A7. You had the high E for the end of the 4th beat, so right at that high E at the end. I was thinking it was part of the next chord, but it happens quick at the end there. And that's the same, right? That E is the same, with the same walk. And the B7 here is a little bit different. We have a B7 with the thumb doing all that tricky work. 5, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4. And of course this finger moving to get when you're playing the 6th string. And this riff is really cool. Sorry, I'm playing really sloppy today, but that's the idea. So we have these two are alone. Pinky on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and he bends him a little bit. Alone, alone, 1 and 6 together, 4 and 1 together. That's the next part. So we have 5 and 1 together, and that 1 is open, nothing fretted. Then I do the 2nd string melody note with my pinky down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string this time, so it does a lot of work, that pinky. 5 and 1, thumbs alone there. Then I lift my pinky and do the 2nd string again. 1, 2, open 2. So 5 and 1, 2nd string, thumb, 2nd string open. Then we finish it off. Then we have thumb on the 6th, melody note on the 3rd. That's it. 6, 3, 4. That's the ending. That whole B7 part. Cool. Good news, everything's the same again. Right, you have that little hammer on, pull off on that G7, write that new part again, and then right after that, you go back into the walk, but there's some extra notes on the walk. So instead of that, 0, 4, 0, 1, we're just going to add this 4th string open in between all of them, except the 1st. I can't really hear it after the 1st note. Open, 4, 4th string, open, 4th string, 1st fret, 4th string. I'm just hitting that 4th string in between all of them. Well, this is alone, but then it's 4th string, 4th string. B7's the same as it was earlier in the song. And the fill. All the same. Dorcas glasses. Look at Michael glasses. This next part tripped me up for a long time and it aggravated me, but it's not going to aggravate you because I figured it out for you. And so instead of being frustrated like I was for like 3 days, you're going to be delighted because you're going to get it, you're going to know what's going on, you're going to execute it perfectly. You will execute this next section perfectly. Look into my eyes and realize that you are an excellent guitar player. Be prepared to blow your own mind with your excellent musical guitar abilities. This is very similar to the beginning, but the tricky thing, let me play it first. I would slow down the recording, watch it again and again, speed it up, slow it down. I couldn't figure out what he was doing. But right off the bat, he's doing these 2 quick thumb hits. It's like an extra sound. You don't know where it comes from. So he's not doing that downbeat thing. It's this really quick thumb attack. So 6 alone, right? I'm on that E7 chord. 6 alone, it's 4 and 3 together. Then he's playing up with the middle finger, maybe hitting 2 of them. But then he's hitting the index. So he's brushing both of those. The middle's hitting 1 and 2. Index is hitting 2 and 3. Right? It sounds more bell-like. It kind of rings like a bell. But you have those 2 quick thumbs. Practice that really slow. I'm playing it fast already. Get good at that before you move on. The second half of that pattern is just 6, top 2, thumb on the 4th. 2 and 3. Thumb top, thumb second. So the whole pattern, the 2 quick thumbs. Right, thumb, thumb, middle, index. Thumb, middle, thumb, index. Very tricky to get that up to speed and get the kind of chuck effect he has. And he does the same thing here on the next chord. Same thing back here. At the very end, he lifts his hand to get that open B string. Let me be careful here about lifting that hand at the end. Because we're going to jump over to an A7. Let's take this next part real slow. So we have that ringing note on the 2nd string. We'll talk about how to make this transition smooth at the end, but let's get this A7 down first. Really cool. All right, so we have that 2nd string ringing open. I'm preparing to do an A7. But I only put this fret down first because I want that open to be ringing this whole time. So I hit the 5th string open. Then I have this double hammer on. Right, it's open 1, 3, and I'm just plucking it once. Open 1, 2 on the 2nd string. But when I get to that 2nd fret, the 2nd hammer on in the series, my thumb is going to hit the 5th fret. My thumb is going to hit the 4th string at the same time as that lands on the 2nd fret. Get that really smooth. This next is a nitpicky detail, but I'm going to save you some time. After that, if you would use your middle finger on the 1st string, I really recommend here you move your index to hit that 1st string. So normally I'd play my middle finger to get that high E to ring. But I want you to use your index because the next pattern, it's just going to be easier to get the notes quickly when you get it up to speed. And I practiced it the other way forever with my middle finger and I could not get it to speed. Oh, I just played the middle again. So we have that. Then the next part, I'm putting my pinky down on the 3rd fret to get that A7 sound. And I'm doing the thumb on the 5th string with that 1st string. Right, 2 indexes in a row. that 2nd fret. Then we end with our thumb on the 4th string and playing our melody note on the 1st string, 4 and 1. But my pinky now has gone from the 3rd fret down to the 2nd. Sorry. And I don't know what it is about when I use my middle finger on the top string. It's just too quick to get the middle to fire that fast. So if you play index, index, middle, then that top melody, you get to use 2 different fingers. Index, middle, more kind of classical approach, right? You get 2 fingers instead of 1. So both those melody notes, index, index, middle, index, middle. That's the ending. Take a breath, go for a walk. Don't punch your spouse in the nose. You know, when your dog barks, don't pick up a blunt object and hit it. Just put your guitar down for a minute. Take a deep breath, relax. We know it's hard. Your name isn't Doc Watson though, so don't panic. You probably don't even do this for a living. You're trying to freaking play Doc Watson and you have a day job. Just keep that in mind. What is wrong with you? Why are you trying to play Doc Watson fingerpicking songs when you have a day job? Okay, now feel better about yourself. Okay, let's keep going if you're ready. But don't hurt your loved ones, okay, in frustration. What is wrong with me? I'm making you guys a guitar tutorial video, which probably means you have to see my hands, and I didn't even turn the light on. It just dawned on me now I've been playing in the dark. Well, hopefully you guys aren't straining your eyes. Turn the brightness up on your screen. Maybe I can brighten them in post-production. But this now will be brighter. Welcome to Mike's music method. Deedly-deedly-dee. Sunshine version. Now we go to an E chord. We have just a thumb doing 6 and 4. Beginning note is 6 and 1 together, right? One's open, nothing going on there. Index on the 3rd string, then thumb alone. 6, 1, 3, 4th. Then we're gonna hammer on the 2nd string, open to 2, but when we do the hammer, the thumb plays the next note at the same time. On the 6th string. Then a quick E again, the top string. Thumb, and then and on the 3rd string, 4th, 3rd. Next measure is still E, but it's an E7. We have right off the bat 6 and 1, but we have our pinky down on that. I guess it's not really an E7, right? We're making it a minor one. Then we have the 7 in there, flat 3, flat 7. Anyways, 6 and 1, then 4 and 1, then 6 and 1, but we lift the pinky. And there we have an and beat. We quickly move our pinky up to that 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Then thumb alone again. Then we have open on the 2nd string as our last melody note. And we're going to let that ring. You can relax your whole hand there because we're changing the chord to a B7 there. So. B7 is the next chord with that crazy right hand thumb thing again. Right, those 2 quick hits. And then the middle finger on the top strings. And then the index finger. Then we move 6th string, right, our middle finger goes down. Yeah, and the 2nd half is 6, middle, thumb, index. So the thumb's on the and. Again, it's really tricky. Practice it slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We continue with the crazy thumb idea and we add a melody to it. So we have thumb, thumb right off the bat. Then melody note is the top string, but I have my pinky down on the fret, 3rd fret, and I think he bends it a little. Yeah. Then we have 6, so I move this finger down to go to that 6th string there, and I play open at the same time. So my pinky's then lifted up, and then my pinky moves, so after I do those together, 6 and 1, my pinky moves to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Then thumb is alone, and then the 2nd string open. So it's 4, 2 on the end. So thumb, thumb. Sorry. Tricky to do that rhythm and have that bass note moving and do the melody notes. Go really slow. I'll play it a few more times. And it's easy to get lost with that rhythm. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. I'm still not relaxed when I do it. Those two crazy parts together. We're getting there. All right, back to the E7. And it's cool, syncopated, a little bit different than before. The 3 and 4 are together. So let's do that. 6. Those are all off. 6, 1, 4, 2. And then the second half is, it's just 6 and 1, 4 and 2, but at the same time. We go to the E diminished. Here I realize I might have taught you wrong the entire song. It's hard to tell. He's so heavy-handed with his thumb. This part it comes in a little bit more clearly. Oh, sorry. I think that's what it is. His thumb is just so heavy when he hits those. So we have together 6 and 1, alone on 2, thumbs heavy, then alone on 1, together, melody, thumb, melody, 6, 1, 2, 4, 1, then 6 again, 2, 4. That's the ending. So. And I was playing the melody here the whole time with my index finger, but I think it's just that heavy thumb that's getting the sound. Either way, it's going to sound really cool. Yet another incredibly complicated, tricky part, but then we're almost there. So coming out of that last E diminished, he does do an and beat on the last one, but he does it early. He moves to this chord early to get that melody note. So it was he moves that pinky up right away. So let's play that there. We have the pinky on that E7, first string, 6, second string, then 4 and 1 together, 6. So that's like the N beat of 4, but then it's thumb, second, 6 and 1 again, second alone. Explain it one more time. First string, thumb alone, second string, then 4 and 1 together, second string is added on top of that. Then 6 and 1, second string. So you have that cool back and forth, and it ends on the thumb. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and. So you have the pickup from this part. Really smooth. That whole section, I think, is this. We have yet again another really excellent embellishment on A7. We hammer on the second string, but when I do that hammer on, my 5th string is open with my thumb. And here again, I'm gonna do 2 index fingers in a row to prep for later on to get it faster. So we have that hammer on the second string. Same time with the thumb. Index plays the first string, so index hammer on, index on the first string. Then I'm doing 4th with my thumb, top string with my middle finger, but my pinky's down to get that A7. Middle and thumb. Index is alone on the second string. Then my pinky slides down to the 2nd fret. And so I do 5th string open with my middle finger on that 2nd fret. And you can pull off, or you can do another quick open with your middle finger. I think he's actually picking twice. So 5th and 1st at the same time. And then you hit the 1st string again, but with your pinky lifted. Thumb on the 4th and index on the 2nd. At the same time, there's a pull off to open. And that's that whole phrase. Take another breather, you're so close. I don't think this is new, but the variations are so subtle, we'll run through it anyway. We go to an E. So we have the open on the 1st string, and then it's a melody note on the 3rd, then thumb alone. 6 and 1 together, 3rd, 4th, then the 2nd, then open, and then the melody notes, the middle, still the 2nd string, but the 2nd fret, pinky's down. Sorry, I timed it wrong. You can't do any more variations. We do a B7 with a different variation, but we're getting there. All right, so we're hammering on from the and beat of the last measure on the 3rd string, open to 2. But when I'm hammering on the whole chord just because I want to be ready, that whole B7 chord. You don't need the pinky yet, but my thumb at the same time of the hammer is hitting that 5th string. Oops, sorry. And then open on the 2nd string. Together, but my pinky's down on the 3rd fret of that 1st string. So 4 and 1. Practice that. We're going to break these up. It's easier to think about them separate. The second half of this measure. Playing it alone, it doesn't seem that hard. Confusing with the other part. So 5 and 1 together, but I have open on that top E string. Oh, but then my pinky, sorry, so I have 5 and 1. And then my melody note is on the 2nd string, but I put my pinky down on the 2nd fret. And the thumb's alone. And then my melody note's on the high E. I'm kind of lifting my pinky there just to stop the sound of this one. They don't really ring together. So 5 and 1, second string, second fret, thumb alone, open on the first string. That whole part together, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. The final chord. Crack a beer. What am I talking about, crack a beer? Line up 6 or 7 shots along your desk. Put them down. You've made it to the final chord. Don't do it. Drinking's for losers and dummies. Here it is. This ending has a lot of cool hammer-on and pull-offs. Instead of doing the E like this, I would suggest you only use these two, because you're going to do some hammer-ons and pull-offs on this second string, and we're not hitting this 5th string. So I'm using middle, index, 4th string, 3rd string, and it sounds like this. But let's do it. So 6 alone. Hammering from open to 1 on the 3rd string. When I do the hammer though, my thumb hits the 4th string. Then I add open on the 1st string. So I'm doing 6 and 2, but I've added my 2nd finger to that 2nd string. And I pull off. Hit the 4th string with the 2nd string, but then I hammer right back on to the 2, so it's from open to 2. So we have this pull off on the 6th string with your thumb and the 2nd string melody, then 4th string thumb, 2nd string melody with the hammer on from open to 2. And the ending, 6 and 1, then I hammer on 2nd fret, but he's kind of noisy, so even though I'm hitting just the 2nd string open, he's kind of hitting 3 with it. Kind of a loud index finger move, open to 2 on that 2nd string, on the thumb alone, and then open again on the top string, 1. 6th string. So it's just an E line. By all of them, I mean the top 4. So that whole E part. I'm tired and I kind of want to go to bed. You win, Doc Watson. You win. Fine. You're better than I am. My body aches, my fingers hurt, my shoulder hurts. I forgot to turn the lights on. I've been concentrating on the song so hard. You win this one, Doc Watson. Good night. Someone shut the lights off. Let's do from the 2nd verse to the end, the 2nd half, this whole video, all together, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. Pull off. Then we walk. Breaking this up because this thumb part is crazy, so we'll start with the thumb. 2, 3, 4. on off beats, then on beats. Victory. Don't do it. Drinking's for losers and dummies.